What's good, Washington fans? I mean, honestly, be real with you, bro. They really ain't nothing good tonight or today. There's really nothing good about this whole situation. Uh, it gets to a point. It gets to a point where, like, it doesn't even hurt no more. Like, I'm not even upset as much as I thought I would be about losing again. It's just something that really starts to become numb over time. You know what I mean? We're starting to find new ways to lose now. You know what I mean? It'd be different if we was getting blown out, or the old fashioned getting blown out, or the old fashioned just throwing interceptions and fumbling a lot. Like that's the way we used to losing. But now we're finding new ways to win. We're down 20-17 or whatever score was, and we're driving all the way down to the goal line. We get a pass interference. It's first and goal. We got at least 3 chances to get to the end zone, and Carson Wentz throws an interception. It bothers me so much, man, because it's like, why do we continue? Like, why does Carson Wentz? Don't get me wrong. He played good. He played good almost the whole game. Like, if we can look at the stats real quick, Carson Wentz was 25 for 38 with 359 passing yards and 2 touchdowns. So I can't say that the dude played a bad game. He played a pretty good game. But it's just his decision making when it really matters and it really counts. That's what's really going to be killing us when it comes down to this game. First and second play, if he would have surveyed the whole field from left to right, it was a receiver, I believe it was Curtis. He did like an in route where you go in and you come back out. He was open right there in the corner of the end zone on, I think it was second down. Like, I could see it from the TV, but I guess when the motion's going on a million times and you can't really see. But you getting paid $28 million, bro. You got to see that. Like, you really have to see this. Like, it's hard. I'm going to let you, for all the Washington fans out here, bro, I know it's hard being a fan of us, but bro, we going to turn it around. And when we turn it around and we start winning, everybody that been doubting us and everybody that been talking bad on us and everything like that, they're going to eat those words. But we're not turning it around right now. So all the bad stuff that's going on, all these losses in a row, we going to have to just eat that and suck it up. We're going to have to suck it up. So, man, let's get to some quick stats real quick. All right, so like I said, Carson Wentz was 25 for 38, 359 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception when it really, really mattered. And he had 5 carries for 15 yards. If you would look at the paper stats, you'd be like, Carson Wentz played pretty good. Washington win? No, we didn't win. Defense played pretty good. Defense played hella good. You know what I mean? Cole Holcomb had 15 tackles. Montez Sweat had 2 sacks today. Montez Sweat was searching for those sacks, bro. He was searching for those sacks for a long time. He had 2 sacks. He actually should have had about 3 or 4 of them today. But, they called roughing the passer over the time where Tannehill he threw the ball, but he was getting held by Montez Sweat. He should have most definitely had a sack there too. So, but it wasn't all bad. It wasn't all bad. It really wasn't all bad. De'Ami Brown. De'Ami Brown, we had a De'Ami Brown signing today, man. My man putting up Randy Moss numbers, bro. You know what I'm saying? 2 catches. 2 catches, 105 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Like, that's Randy Moss numbers, man. And like I said, next man up mentality. De'Ami Brown did what he had to do, and, he kept us in the game. Terry had a good game. Terry had 5 receptions for 76 yards. Curtis Samuel had 6 receptions for 62 yards. John Bates, 3 for 39. J.D. McKissick had 5 for 37. Like, we was spreading the ball around. We were literally playing to win the game. Defense played pretty well. Don't get me wrong. Defense didn't play excellent. because they gave us some explosive plays that we really shouldn't have gave up. But the defense been playing well the last 3 weeks. You know, Derrick Henry, he had over 100 yards rushing today and 2 touchdowns. But that's Derrick Henry, man. Like, you know, he going to get his. Like, he's going to get his. But the problem that I have about the whole situation is that, you know, that's what the Titans' identity is. You know the Titans are going to come into here, and you know the Titans are going to run the ball. They don't have A.J. Brown no more. I even think Treylon Burks, their rookie, was hurt. So they couldn't really pass the ball. They didn't really have a receiver to pass the ball to. So you knew they were going to run the ball. So my thing is, when you knew they were going to run the ball and Derrick Henry still gets over 100 yards rushing, that kind of just had me just, you know, a little bit like baffled, because I wasn't sure. I was like, how are y'all just letting him do that? I understand it's Derrick Henry. I understand that. But still, bro, it should have been stopped, especially when you knew that's exactly what he was going to do. Oh, man. I just let me just calm down for a second, y'all. Cause I need y'all to listen to me, man. I need y'all to understand when I tell y'all these things, bro. We are a disaster right now. We are a terrible team right now. But just hold on, y'all. Just have faith. Do not leave us. Yeah, like they were leaving in the fans. Fans were leaving early today, by the way. You know, I'm a Washington fan. But the only football team I can really rely on is my Michigan Wolverines. At least I know they can get us a win. You know, it's very tough. It's very tough being a fan of this team, especially after you losing 4 games in a row. And, you know, I get on here, I do my rants, I get upset, I talk my shit all the time. You know me, I don't give a fuck. You know, I'm on here talking. I'm talking, bro. I don't give a shit what nobody got to say. I don't give a fuck about no Eagle fans, no Cowboy fans, no Giant fans. I don't give a fuck about none of them. But I do care about Washington. That's one thing I do care about. I care about my team, and I love my team. Regardless if we winning or losing, I love my team. And I need everybody that's watching this to be like, you know what? He's right. He's right. And that's the way we have to be. That's the way we have to be. We got to understand. We all know Carson Wentz is not the answer. We know he's not the answer, but it's what we have right now. Let me get a little closer. That is what we have right now. So we have to just rock with it, what we got. Do I want to see Heineke in the game? Yes, I do. Do I want to maybe see Sam Howell in the game? Yes, I do. But do you honestly think that Ron Rivera is going to put $28 million on the bench? I don't see it happen, especially when he's the one that made the call for it to happen in the first place. You know, I don't see him putting a $28 million quarterback on the bench when he's the one that made the call to get the $28 million quarterback in the first place. So y'all got to understand, like, y'all really have to understand, man. Like, we've been losing so long. Like I said, I've been a Washington fan since the early 2000s. Early 2000s. You know, since Sean Taylor and all that. I didn't see any Super Bowls. I didn't see the John Riggins and the Joe Theismanns and the Doug Williams. I didn't see any of those. So if I've been putting up with all this BS, all this bullshit, all these losing seasons for as long as I have, for everybody that's older that's watching this video, y'all can put up with a few more seasons too. If I'm putting up with it and never seen nothing. So that's just how I feel about it. But at the end of the day, man, you know, the Titans secondary, they wasn't playing that good. Like, you got to look at the Titans too. That they said the Titans they only scored 7 points in the second half of the first 5 games. Of the first 5 games, including us, they only scored 7 points in the second half. Well, when they played us, they scored their 14th point. They scored their 14th point. And their defense wasn't really doing much. Our offensive line was playing pretty good. Our offensive line gave Carson Wentz time for the most part. You know, we had 5 sacks today. Like, bro, we was doing everything we had to do to win this game today. But like I said, bro, we find new ways to lose every single time. We just find new ways to lose every single time. So it's just like, you know what, bro? It gets to the point where we're just going to have to just deal with this. We're going to have to deal with this. We don't have any money to go out and get free agents. There's no free agents left that we need. Everybody say go get Eric Flowers. Eric Flowers doesn't want to play for us. Landon Collins just signed to the Giants. We don't really have any room for trades right now, and if we do, it's not a big time trade. You know, you just gotta take it for what it is. Like, we're just not a good team right now. And on paper, we should be a good team right now. But when it's said and done, when it's all said and done, man, it's going to come down to we're going to have to get the right coaches in there, and we're going to have the players that's going to mesh well with the coaches that make us win games. So I'm not going to talk y'all head off all night, man. You know, like I said, I'm upset about this game, 4-game losing streak. I don't like it. I don't love it. I don't want to see it happen again, but we have to turn it around. We have no choice but to turn it around. We have a short week. We're going to be in Chicago on Thursday. We have to turn this around. So with that being said, man, keep your heads up, Washington fans, man. It's a long season. We might not make the playoffs, but we can somewhat be competitive. We can somewhat be a spoiler, maybe. You know what I mean? So with that being said, it's your boy Stacks Reacts. If y'all love this video, if y'all love me, man, like, comment, subscribe down below. And shit, we can do this together, man. If I'm sticking with them and my other people sticking with them, then y'all can stick with them. So let's do it, man. Hell to the Commanders, hell to Washington, hell to the Redskins, hell to the Washington football team. It's your boy Stacks Reacts, and I'm gone, baby.